Experience all football has to offer. See Victory League live.
All right, mate, we'll start with you. How's the team looking this weekend? Big game.
Yeah, it's a really big game. It's obviously a derby, which I found out the other day, and I think it's an important game for us, and I think we'll do well.
How have you settled in so far? You enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm living in Richmond at the minute, first 6 weeks, and then obviously try and move closer to town, closer to the training ground. But yeah, settled in, met all the lads, all good lads, but get on involved. Yeah, so I've settled in really well.
And can you just give us a bit of info about your background and where you were before you came here and all that?
I lived in Blackburn in England, playing non-league for Clitheroe FC, and before that I went to my school college, and that's how I ended up playing in non-league, playing at Kendal Town, obviously moved to Clitheroe, and then ended up coming over here through Soccer Smart, and yeah, so I ended up over here.
What is it sort of, you had a look at much of the competition now, I guess, and what's it compared to where you've come from?
It's a similar standard, to be honest, similar to non-league. Obviously it's all the lads play on a weekend, we train more than I did back home. We only train twice a week back home, train 3 times a week here. It's good training, set up well organised, and yeah, much similar standard.
It was good to get that win last weekend.
Yeah, it's a big result for us. I think it's the toughest road trip in the competition. They only lost once last year against South Hobart, so for us to come away with maximum points was fantastic for the club.
You had the start of the season you'd hoped for then to this stage?
Yeah, sure. We were in a similar position last year. We won the first 5 last year, and then it all went downhill. But so far so good this year, and we're looking forward to a big match tomorrow night.
Have you got yourself a gun recruit on your hands here?
Yeah, he's a bit of a different level to the rest of the competition down here. He certainly stands out. His positional sense and his skill level is certainly a different class, and he's a tough little nut as well, so I like that. And he's doing really well for us.
You mentioned the 5-0 start last year. What did you learn last year that you've brought into this year so that doesn't happen again?
Well, I think it was a little bit to do with depth last year. We got some injuries to key players, and that really we were trying to play catch up for the rest of the year. We've worked on that this year, and there's certainly competition for places at the moment, and it's an important part of where we're at.
How do you assess Zebras' start to the season?
Oh, look, I rate Zebras highly. They're a strong physical side. Try and play good football, and they'll be definitely up for it tomorrow night.
Alex scored one and made one last week in a 2-1 win. That makes him a pretty important player. Will Zebras be out to really tightly mark him, do you think?
Well, you maybe have to ask Jed that, but he certainly started with a bang last week. Fantastic goal at the start, and certainly and he had an even better shot after, which was saved. So I'm sure Alex will make an impact on a smaller pitch. He works well in tight spaces. So in terms of what Zebras are going to do, you'll have to check with Jed on that one. But we're really wrapped with the way he's going.
So he plays in midfield?
Alex does? Yes, yeah, absolutely. Plays a 10 role.
Right. So with him and Lockie in there, you've got a formidable...
Yeah, we've got a good Dan Mearns. I think those three are quite a good combination. And Nick Meredith's knocking on the door as well. And he picked up a knock last week and didn't play, but he came off. He was pretty much best on ground and scored 3 goals in the first game. So he's also thereabouts.
Do you think you've got the team to go the whole way this year?
Well, we're confident against any side we come up against. Certainly, we're looking forward to tomorrow night. It's a great matchup, and it's traditional rivals, and we're just looking forward to the challenge.
3-0 loss, so wasn't ideal, I suppose.
Well, I thought there were some positives there. There was some good performance. We had some penetration. We had some chances on goal. Unfortunately, we didn't score. I mean, the keeper had a good day. Maybe the strikers had a bad day.
I managed to catch some of your half on the dress walking past the change rooms. You're pretty vocal.
Yeah, I was probably more vocal than usual. It was a little bit frustrating when people weren't doing jobs or we didn't have the ball. But credit to South Hobart, they worked really hard first half hour, they full press, and they got something out in the first half.
So you think you're closer to them than a 3-0 loss?
I think so, yes.
Does this match, given that it sounds as though you're pretty evenly matched on paper, does this match loom as an early season test?
I think all the first 4 games were a test to tell us where we are, where we need to improve. But this isn't just another game. When you've had a loss, you have to bounce back. It's an important game. It's an opportunity for people to perform, to test themselves, and hopefully we'll take that opportunity.
You happy with how the boys are gelling together? That's all going
There's a good
right?
team spirit. Yeah, I think we just have to work on our combinations and work on our ball retention. And we were punished in the second half, 2 mistakes. They scored 2 goals. So I think in terms of where South Hobart were, there was a 20% improvement. They were sharper, they were quicker, they worked harder, they were hungrier than when we played them initially.
Being only new at Zebras, you wouldn't know the real rivalry, on-field rivalry, I guess, of these 2 clubs. Are you looking forward to being a part of that?
Yeah, definitely. Having that Italian-Greek rivalry is something, as a part of moving here, I look forward to playing in those games, having, being an observer in the past to those meetings between the 2 clubs. So really looking forward to that, and hopefully giving the Zebras the win, because it hasn't happened for a while.
What does the weather do to things? Any difference in planning when it's wet underfoot?
Not necessarily. We'll still try and play the same game plan, but on a small, hard pitch, the ball's going to run faster. It's going to be a more 50-50 contest, so we've got to be more physical and want it more, and really put them under the pump.
McEwen being out, does that change much for you guys as far as tactics go?
No, we'll keep the same structure and just put someone else in to do the same job he will do.
Big loss though?
Yeah, it's a big loss. He's a talented player, a goal scorer, so we'll have to find goals elsewhere. There's plenty of goals in the team. It's just putting away the chances.